Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Kentucky High School Athletic Association State Field Hockey Tournament. Tonight's action features two semifinal matchups between the Sacred Heart Academy Valkyries and the DuPont Manual Crimson in the first game, and in the second semifinal, we will have the Assumption Rockets playing the Kentucky Country Day Bearcats. Alongside Wendy Martin, the legend in field hockey, Kentucky High School Athletics, I'm Paul Dejar, and we are just about ready to get started as you see the parade of student athletes coming across the field. And Wendy, what a night here, beautiful night here at Christian Academy's stadium on this beautiful campus. A terrific night, cool, crisp. I know that these two teams are ready to bring it tonight.
Oh, these teams are definitely ready, and it's a great night. You know, we've had so many cold, rainy nights. It's great that these kids get a good night to show their skills and just decide, you know, who's going to go on to the final game.
The final game will be contested Wednesday night. This is the first semifinal, and that featuring the 24-1 Sacred Heart Valkyries and the 21-5-2 DuPont Manual Crimsons. And we're going to give our starting lineups right now for DuPont Manual. The Crimsons head coach Brittany Wenzel, and then again 21-5-2 on the season. The starting lineup for Manual includes number 1, Phoebe Lipinski. She plays in the back line. Number 4, Olivia Smith. She's a midfielder. Number 5, Mila Kopp is a backfield player. Number 7, Ellie Wheatley in the midfield. At forward, number 13, Catherine Doyle, call her Kates. Number 17, India Reed, a playmaker deluxe for DuPont Manual. She wears number 17. She's in the midfield, as is number 19, Molly Parsons. In the backfield, Cameron Tucker wears number 22. Number 33 is forward Cora Kirby. Number 39, Hallie Bisis is another forward alongside Kirby. And in goal for the Crimson is number 92, Addie Clark. That is the starting roster for head coach Brittany Wenzel. And for the Sacred Heart Valkyries, head coach Eleanor Martin. The starting lineup for the Valkyries include number 1, Parker Guy. She will wear number 1 and is a backfield player. Number 17, Embry Jane Immorde. She's a forward. Number 20, Megan Kessler in the backfield. Number 26, Tori Hill is a forward. In the midfield, Maddie Tabor. She makes this offense go for the Valkyries. She wears number 28. Number 29, Caroline Liston at forward. In the midfield, number 35, Kennedy Vincent. Backfield, number 42, Mackenzie McQuaid. And midfield players, number 49, Ashley Young, and number 71, Mary Kay Barbie. And in goal is Taylor Whitlock, and for head coach Eleanor Mitchell. She's got a strong offensive team. They're undefeated in the state in games that we played against Kentucky. And Wendy, head-to-head, back on August 28th, Sacred Heart defeated Manual 2-1 in the Apple tournament, and then on September 5th, they defeated them again 2-1 at home. So third time's a charm maybe for Manual this time?
You never know. Trying to beat a really good team 3 times is difficult, and so Sacred Heart certainly has her work cut out for them, as does Manual, because Sacred Heart's going to bring it, no doubt. They always do. They have good tournament experience, as does Manual. So we're going to be watching a really great game tonight. Both coaches have their teams ready, and you know, the kids look loose on the sidelines when I walked over, so I think we're going to see a great game tonight.
Lots to look forward to as the sportsmanship announcement is being read, and we will be taking a break here. We'll return with our first half action of this first semifinal game. The DuPont Manual Crimsons and the Sacred Heart Valkyries will be back with more on the KHSAA State Field Hockey. And welcome back to Christian Academy of Louisville's field, and we're all set for the first semifinal matchup of the Kentucky High School Athletic Association State Field Hockey Tournament. This semifinal matchup featuring the Sacred Heart Valkyries in the white tops and blue shorts against the DuPont Manual Crimson in their crimson tops and bottom with the white numerals And alongside Coach Wendy Martin, I'm Paul Najar. And Wendy, the anticipation. You've been a coach in so many of these games, in these high-end games where there's so much on the line. What do you tell your young ladies right before? What did you tell them right before they got onto the field?
Honestly, just to play their game and to get through the first 5 minutes of the jitters and settle into what our game plan was and try to execute. These kids, they're going to be nervous the first couple of minutes. It could be a little scattered, or they could go right down the field and score. You never know how they're going to react. So hopefully, we see good things. The sun could play a little bit of a issue in the game tonight because it's coming over. So as Sacred Heart looks to their left or right and Manual to their left, it could be a factor.
And that is DuPont Manual taking the opening touch, pressed by the Valkyries through the midfield. For Manual, you'll look at Catherine Fry as their big scoring option. She's not in the starting lineup. She wears number 2, 24 goals on the season. India Reed, though, 24 assists for the Crimson in 26 games. And for Sacred Heart, you're definitely going to be looking for one Maddie Tabor. Maddie Tabor wears number 28 in white, and she is an offensive threat, scoring and distributing. She had 20 goals in 16 games and 12 assists in those 16 games. As nice attack here from the Valkyries.
Yeah, it's nice to see the kids moving the ball, just trying to get some good touches on it to settle themselves down, crossing the field, just getting a good look at where to move the ball upfield. That
Sacred Heart opportunity, once they pressed and got possession, it looked like they were really intentional with getting it to a corner. Was that one of the things that Coach Mitchell would want to tell her team? Go ahead and get it deep against that defense?
Well, sometimes you like to bring it in on the end line and put it right up on the stroke mark in front of the goalie, and that way you have good angles for your shot.
And that one just slightly misplayed by the Manual defense. Turnover goes to the Valkyries. And that restart. Oh, nice pass inside. No look.
Good defense there.
Knocked away by Christian Academy. Or I'm sorry, by the DuPont Manual Crimson. We are here at Christian Academy. So little battle there, won by the Valkyries.
A little obstruction call.
That is number 71, Mary Kay Barbie, puts it back in play.
Third party is just like moving pick in basketball, basically. You're screening for your players, not legal.
And into the circle it goes. Oh, great chance there, stuffed by the defense. Nice play by the backfield there from Manual. And here come the Crimsons, looking for an edge. Is Cora Kirby, denied there by the Valkyries defender. There's Mackenzie McQuaid right back at it. There's Kirby.
Shot on goal.
Shot on goal, and that was blocked away for early test for Taylor Whitlock.
The shot there was by Cora Kirby.
Kirby, definitely one of those two. She and Bisis in the forward attack, 33 and 39 in red. Now,
good pressure by Sacred Heart.
Nice, well played there. Up front by Parker. Well, that was not Parker Guy. 1 and 7 look the same, but those numbers are awfully far. We're far from the field here. That was 17, Embry Jane Emorde. Taken away there by Wheatley in the midfield for the Crimsons. Quick restart. That's India Reed. Down to the touchline and over to the Valkyries. Only 4 minutes or so gone so far, Wendy, and just assess the action so far. Is that what you'd like to see from your team? Both sides getting a little opportunity?
Yeah, I think, they're moving the ball up and down the field. They're really doing a nice job keeping good control of the ball.
And two really good, sharp chances from in close.
Missed.
That was Molly Parsons, number 19, right in front. knocked away again by Whitlock. So two chances turned aside.
Got her foot on it at the last minute there. And yeah, both teams are having good touches on the ball. They're keeping close ball control, you know, and looking for each other.
2 shots on goal and maybe 2 more that went aside. They're counting shots on goal and shots taken. I will say in the Ballard Sacred Heart quarterfinal matchup, Sacred Heart won 5-2, defeated Ballard. Sacred Heart took 6 shots. 5 of them were on goal, or all 6 were on goal, and they scored 5 times in that game. And then DuPont Manual defeated Mail 4-1, and Manual peppered the goal. They took 17 shots, 8 of them on goal, and 4 scores. They limited Mail to just 1 shot attempt, and it was a goal. So they won 4-1, Manual over Mail. Sacred Heart 5-2 over Ballard in the quarterfinal. Sacred Heart trying to look for a little relief.
It's good to see both teams are keeping the field spread. Manual's doing a nice job at changing fields, and Sacred Heart is doing a nice job of playing defense, just marking.
Stolen away there by Tabor. Down the right side, she's looking to center. She does. She gets it on her teammate, but well defended by the Crimsons. Back at it is Tabor. And well defended.
Stick obstruction there
no call
on offense.
Manual tried to transition. Valkyrie's defense denied that transition opportunity, and possession to Sacred Heart. Many of these teams, not only do they know each other from playing regular season matchups and in tournaments, but in the off season, the training, these players sometimes find they're on the same side, and they get to learn quite a bit from each other, correct?
That's right. Off the field, so many of these kids are great friends, and but when you get on the field, you're out there to win for your team, and they do, a lot of them, so many of them, probably most of these kids work on club in the off season and just really do a lot of work to improve their skills. And you can see it here today.
Nothing like the intensity of the state field hockey tournament, these semifinal and final games. You get the crowds, you get the guys going crazy, the parents going crazy, the cheerleaders, and the atmosphere is so festive.
Oh, it's so great. I can't even tell you how much fun it was to be a part of something like this. And the parents, they love their kids. They're here to support them, and
such a positive atmosphere. Always.
Right. It's so hard on the parents when their kids graduate.
They miss it. Sacred Heart leaning the field their way. Here they go, attacking again into the area, and
there comes
a shot. That was well defended there. That was blocked out.
I tell you, both teams are playing great defense in the circle. They're stick to stick, keeping their sticks down, not making silly fouls in there, so no corners as of yet.
Well played, clean match early. We are just 8 minutes in. About even, wouldn't you say, for the action for both sides? Even more quality shots go to Manual, but Sacred Heart has had their chances.
They've had their opportunities. They certainly, it's back and forth right now. I think it's the game that we thought it was going to be.
Yeah. As we mentioned earlier, Sacred Heart with a pair of 2-1 victories over Manual, one on August 28th and one on September 5th. So it's a while back, both teams having chances to improve their play and make adjustments from those early season matchups, which can often be a challenge. You don't know exactly how things are going to shape up when you come out of summer camp. But this is a long way from summer camp. Excellent play from both squads so far.
That's right. Both teams have improved so much as the season has gone along. We'll see who pulls it out tonight.
Eleanor Mitchell in her 4th year as head coach. Coincidentally, the 4th year that the Kentucky High School Athletic Association has sanctioned field hockey and has had the state tournament. Sacred Heart Academy won it all in 2015, the first year of KHSAA sanctioned field hockey. Following year was won by Assumption. Last year, this Christian Academy squad, where we are out here on English Station Road, won it all.
Good tackle there by India Reed.
India Reed has played an aggressive opening 9.5 minutes. Restart goes to Sacred Heart. Nice stick in the way. There's Reed again. India Reed, 24 assists in 26 games. Reed, 33, gets it into the area. Nice flick on.
Whoa.
Back and forth. Reed is in the middle, stirring it up for the Crimsons. And
Okay, we have our first corner of the game.
that was called, yes. Shot block, illegal. And the Crimsons will get their first opportunity. And you know, head coach Brittany Wenzel has something drawn up special. They've got to, as you did too. I know every one of these coaches.
Oh, absolutely. Go to your specialty.
And off that, very nice charge. That was Tabor charging out. Maddie Tabor getting in the way.
On the corners, the ball has to come outside the circle and then go back in before the shot will count. Or the goal will
well
count.
Intended, but Tabor was shot out of that defensive backfield like a cannon. And she said, you're not getting a shot off here. Good defending from both sides with, again, the DuPont Manual Crimson through nearly 11 minutes of play in this first half with several good scoring opportunities.
Oh, we've got a timeout.
And a timeout here in the action. We want to say the KHSAA would like to recognize and thank Cook Tire Incorporated of London. Since 1975, the Ted Cook family has been dedicated to providing customers the best tire selection and auto service. This family-owned business has been a longtime sponsor of the Kentucky High School Athletic Association and the youth of Kentucky. At Cook Tire, they know how important it is to be able to rely on your car and on an automotive service partner you can trust. They understand cars and the people who drive them. Best wishes to all the participants from Cook Tire Incorporated. Also, the KHSAA would like to recognize and thank its corporate partners for supporting the 2018 State Field Hockey Tournament and all KHSAA championship events. The platinum level sponsors, Whitaker Bank and Spalding University. Silver level sponsors, Kentucky Utilities, UPS, U.S. Army, ROTC, Midway University, Subway, UK Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Prairie Farms, Dutchess Chevrolet, Ted Cook Tire, Tanner Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Rafferty's and Double Dogs, and our other year-round partners, Ale 81, U.S. Coast Guard, Musco Sports Lighting, Leachman Buick GMC Cadillac of Bowling Green, Kentucky High School Coaches Association, Baden, Select, and Huddle. Thanks to all KHSAA sponsors for their year-round support of Kentucky high school athletics. Wendy, we've got a little breather here. 19:05 remains in the first half. Go inside that DuPont Manual huddle. They've gotten close. What is Coach Wenzel telling her team right now?
I think probably just follow up on the shots that they've had. They've had opportunities down here, and the goalie's getting some good rebounds, getting the ball out. Defense is playing pretty well down there. Just follow up their shots and try to get a second touch on it and just get it in behind the goalie.
Get one of those little grungy goals. Huh?
Hey,
just get in there and
it
chop
doesn't
away.
matter what it looks like as long as it goes across that line.
Yeah, exactly. And for Sacred Heart, Coach Eleanor Mitchell, what might she be telling her
I think
team?
have our team settle down a little bit on defense. Take quicker shots down here. They're again getting opportunities, but they're not getting their shot off quickly enough in the circle. So Manuel's doing a good job on defense, picking it off their stick and getting it out.
Maybe a little too pretty down there with the ticky-tack passing.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what their intention is, but I think just get that shot off when you have the opportunity.
And possession.
Or move the ball if you need to move the ball and then get the shot off. But something's got to happen a little bit quicker in the circle for Sacred Heart.
Flicked on there. Tabor trying to maneuver, and she does get past the defender down to the touchline into the area. And when you looked at that, their teammate was on the doorstep, and I believe that was 48 or 49, Ashley Young. When it looked like she was waiting for the ball to come to her, huh?
Yeah, and if she would have maybe just taken a step, but the Manual kid played great defense, cutting hard to the ball and touching it out intentionally over the end line, and that's why they're having the corner here now.
I think that's Lainey Lawton taking that corner. Is that 47? 48.
Oh,
Oh,
great save, but directly at her again. They've got to get those touches on the rebound and see if they can get a deflection into the goal cage.
in your days as collegiate coach, you coached plenty of terrific goalkeepers, one of whom, Annie Owens, I remember distinctly. She was tough as nails,
Oh,
tiny,
yeah,
and they go along the goal line for an opportunity, and the call.
Yeah, they're going to give her a corner for obstruction on the defender there.
Yes, indeed.
And that was a great move because she was dribbling hard in, and as she comes in on that side, it's on the defender's weak side, so it makes it a difficult play for the defender.
So you can draw a call there, and the corner again, second one of this first half. In the past minute and a half for Sacred Heart. Stopped.
Great shot. There it is.
Great shot, and
There
first
it is.
goal goes to the Sacred Heart Valkyries.
And let's see.
And that was number 17, Embry Jane Amorde, the junior for the Valkyries. Off the drive, off the penalty corner.
And sometimes, it's the simple things. I always told my kids, keep it simple if you can. A direct shot on goal sometimes is going to just be the easiest thing to get it in there.
So
and that's what she did.
I think they're calling for a deflection there. 48.
Oh, okay.
Lainey Lawton, as you saw her earlier, she got the deflection for the goal. So the assist goes to Immorde, and
48 shot.
48 shot. Okay, so it was the goal to Immorde on the deflection. The shot was from Lainey Lawton, so she contributed well to that. As we see Mary Kay Barbie, 71, bringing it up through, and that's the number 17, Embry Jane Immorde again. When you play this type of game, Wendy, would you look at you get that goal, immediately go back to attack, just put them on their heels?
Yeah, absolutely.
One goal's good, two is better.
You're feeling good right then. You want to go right back at it.
And number 4, Olivia Smith, wins that ball for Manuel.
I always tell the kids when the other after you score, the other team is kind of a little hesitant, questioning themselves. What did I do? What do I need to do better? So go right back at them before they can make that correction.
Manuel now on the attack.
Oh, back
There's
up her
Cora
stick
Kirby.
Got away with that one.
That is Smith, Olivia Smith, and harmlessly out of play over to Sacred Heart. Mentioned earlier, Annie Owens, one of your great goalkeepers, and full disclosure, I taught at Collegiate with Coach Wendy Martin here, and got to see some of these outstanding young ladies play. The fellowship and the sisterhood that comes with this game at this level in this state.
Yeah,
it's pretty strong.
It is very strong. I mean, my kids still, get together and talk field hockey and, their state tournament games and how special they were and what friendships were made and
there's nothing quite like this
every
competition.
Call that was made in the game. It's just great times.
They reminisce with the best, and at Collegiate, that was one important group of it was source for the school, source of pride.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
And as Sacred Heart and Manuel will attest, this crowd out here, quite big, quite loud, and quite supportive of these young ladies.
Yeah, it's nice seeing so many fans out here tonight cheering on their daughters, their friends, their granddaughters. It's just great to see.
Glad to be out here at Christian Academy. Beautiful night. Cool, crisp. Going to get down into the 50s and the low 50s by the end of the evening. We'll have Kentucky Country Day and Assumption. Approximately 7:45 tonight in semifinal number 2. They'll be playing under the full set of lights here.
Manuel's doing a good job spreading Sacred Heart out a little bit to give them more passing angles. There goes nice pass.
Slow it down a little bit. Manuel. Is number 13, Catherine Doyle. And that is out of play. Stays possession, stays with Manuel. Sorry, that is number 19, Molly Parsons out of the midfield. Molly Parsons looking to restart the Crimsons. She gets it back to Cameron Tucker. Tucker defended well, but Tries to sneak a pass through that defense, but well defended by the Valkyries.
You can see Sacred Hearts marked up tight inside the 25.
Lainey Lawton, 48, pushing that Crimson's offensive attack back near midfield. Down the far side, here come the Crimson. They get through, nice spin move. Into the area. Oh, just across the goal mouth on the far post, and you couldn't quite get that stick down. Is that just...
Right, you got to have your stick on the ground before, otherwise it's too late. And I tell you what, that was a great move. She got the ball exactly where she wanted to get it in the center of the field, so your player has both angles to shoot. It's a great play. Unfortunately, didn't come up with a goal there.
Great footwork on the spin move, and there's Tabor. Just dispossesses the Crimson. She flicks it on ahead. Opportunity.
Good save by the
pass.
goalie.
Great save.
That was
Great save
pass
from Addie
in.
Clark, yes. Some high-end action here from the DuPont Manual Crimson and the Sacred Heart Valkyries.
That's a good pick.
Nice pick in the defense. That was Mackenzie McQuaid. Right back at you, says number 22, Cameron Tucker.
Lucky to get that one back. It was way off her stick. Yeah, okay. There we go.
Back to the Valkyries. Do we have 3 officials on the field or just
Should have
2?
just 2.
And then 1 on the side. Okay. I wasn't sure if I saw an extra red top or pink.
Yeah, they keep extra on the sideline just in case she's needed.
On the restart, Mary Kay Barbie takes quite a few of those, and that just goes off the stick of Caroline Liston. Is that 29 or 28? Was that Tabor?
29.
That was Liston. Tabor, a stalwart for the Sacred Heart Valkyrie squad the past 3 years plus. A little lull in the action. 10 3/4 minutes left in this first half. Sacred Heart leading 1-0. And that will go back. Dangerous pass.
Yeah, if it goes into a group instead of your teammate, then they'll call it dangerous.
That high pass. It's nothing to mess with. Field hockey ball does not, it delivers a blow. It does not absorb one.
That's right. It hurts. Hurts when it hits you, especially on a cool evening.
The talent from these teams, undeniable, and from this city has
it's been
through
great.
the years.
You know, every year the level of play just gets better. You know, you don't hear sticks clanging out here, which is great. It's just nice, pretty passing, good play, great defense. The kids are moving their feet instead of hammering the other player's stick. They're doing a great job.
And dispossessed there, but the call goes back to the Valkyries.
And it's good because the officials are calling it when there is clear stick obstruction.
And they called that for, you started that Mackenzie McQuaid a little too quickly, so go back and let's start it on. Good timing.
There you go. Now that was directly to her player, so no call there. She had the opportunity to play it down.
For Tabor, and it gets through, but that will cross the end line past the goal keeper, and that is
16-yard hit coming out
for the Crimsons. As we hit the 9-minute mark in the first half, 9 minutes remaining. And one down the right side. Can she control? Nope. Tabor dispossesses there. Down the left side through the slot. Nice pass and not able to corral that. So another.
Now the high lifts are something that has really improved.
Changed game.
And yes,
is it
definitely.
due to the surface?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the surface certainly helps. And, well, in grass, though, it's probably easier to do in grass because the ball gets hung up in it and you can get your stick further under it.
Your sweet golf swing, Wendy. That's where you were teaching all your girls to hit that ball up with that sweet little chip shot.
Hard to play golf and field hockey in the same day. It's not a good look.
Oh, that's great.
There she goes.
And another gone. Well, that will.
He's having a little bit of trouble possessing the ball right now. It's just off the stick a lot.
Both teams looking for an opportunity as Sacred Heart, with the 1-goal lead, pressed immediately after that goal.
Manuel's doing a nice job double teaming the ball on those sideline passes.
Looks to be a very clear tactic for Coach Brittany Vensel's Crimson. And out of the backfield here is Cameron Tucker. Neatly intercepted. And
pretty passing.
That gets to Cameron Liston. Liston
Up.
gets knocked over and clean. Wow. No call. The other way comes Tucker.
Nice. Manuel's doing a great job moving the ball back down the field here.
India Reed in the middle of all that. She made a nice pass to our teammate up front, but good defense again from that far sideline for the Valkyries. Taylor Whitlock, the Sacred Heart goalkeeper, has been tested early in this first half. Hasn't had much action in the last 8 or so minutes. As we
and
there it is, an opportunity just off the goal, off the stick. I think that was Corey Kirby.
That was
replay.
Beautiful center, a beautiful pass in.
And a nice defense.
Just missed the left post.
Oh, so close. Now that could go up as high as it wants, but it has to come down and across the goal.
As long as there's no danger and not into someone, yes. And that was a beautiful pass. And she had two kids who were directly exactly where they should have been, just missed the touch.
Be a little transition here for Sacred Heart. Tabor gets it over to the left side.
Same thing at the other end.
Well defended there by Ellie Wheatley.
You know, this game is not easy at all, but these kids make it look easy. If you try to move that ball at the speed that it's moving now with a stick, a lot of us would feel quite silly doing it.
Try that with your 9-iron around a golf course. Move a ball like that. Again, trying to chip that over that first line of defense. Manuel gains about 35 yards of possession, or of field possession. They gain another dozen yards as we are on this Christian Academy football field. You can see the dark line around the circle. Dark black line. 2 on 4. Not much of a break. They'll let that go over the end line.
Just led her a bit too far with that pass. Good into space pass, but she just couldn't get there.
Into the midfield. Down with it is India Reed. Reed loses that battle to Tabor. Reed and Tabor battling all night. Good matchup there. Two very strong offensive players, key cogs for their teams.
An advancing called there, which gave
Sacred
Heart
Heart
the ball, and an advancing in the circle, which leads to another corner.
Another penalty corner, the third of the night for Sacred Heart. They scored on they took their first, which led to their second, and their second was when they were able to get one across. Here we go. This corner, number 3 for the Valkyries. Mishandled.
Oh, nice.
From that again was Emery Jane and Morta, number 17 with the shot. That goes out. Possession.
A little unlucky on the possession there.
Just missed that.
But got it back in for a good shot.
On the stop. Seems like Tabor and Reed for both teams. Tabor for Sacred Heart and India Reed for Manuel doing some damage. And there's Molly Parsons. Molly Parsons with a head of steam trying to get through that defense. And
yep.
is that a call? Yes,
yeah,
it is.
Obstruction there.
Wow. I like those battles if they're clean, but they're just not legal.
No.
You know, you got to make it legal.
Yeah, this game is all about skill.
Applying the rules properly. Over the touchline, here's Manuel. 2 3/4 minutes remain in this first half. Manuel trailing Sacred Heart 1-0 and looking for another opportunity. Manuel's created several strong, high percentage opportunities for their offense. Going to get another one before the half. Sacred Heart with that strong transition game.
Put it right in her feet and was able to get an advancing call for the corner.
4th one for Sacred Heart. And when you coach, do you really have that? Do you go into a mindset of, hey, let's go get corners. Let's get as many as we can.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's priority one, and you want to score 1 in every 4 or 5. You should.
At least. I mean, they used to say every corner is a goal. Well, not really.
There's Tabor, and
nice save.
Well set up for Mary Kay Barbie, and a great save again.
But, if you get it in the circle, you want to get a shot, a goal, or a corner. One of those 3 things.
And Sacred Heart now, 90 seconds remaining, trying to keep this pressure on, and that play goes over to the Crimsons.
That's why your defenders sometimes don't get the credit that they deserve. Sometimes it's the goal scorers, but I tell you, defense is tough because you have to move your feet, get in good position all the time, and make sure not to let the ball in your feet or obstruct in the circle.
Sacred Heart defending well.
I see she's doing a great job keeping the ball on her stick, got off her stick, and was allowed a takeaway there.
Nice job. That's India Reed. Another call for Reed, and here comes down the left side. That's Haley Bisis. Bisis into the area and knocked away. Good double team by the Sacred Heart defense. Outlet pass. Oh, and somebody gets knocked down.
Unlucky there.
And that goes back to Manuel. She just slipped, I think. She just slipped on that painted.
Yeah, it seems like the
logo.
white sideline here and the painted logo are
a little slick. Yeah. Got to watch that. 25 seconds left, and the final opportunity here maybe for Manuel and
danger again.
So that goes over to Sacred Heart. Great action in this first 30 minutes, and
it's been exciting.
It certainly has.
Both teams playing well. I'd call it pretty even, except Sacred Heart put one in and Manuel hasn't.
Exactly, and that will call it. Right there, we finish our first half. Sacred Heart 1, DuPont Manual Crimson 0. And Wendy Martin, you've had opportunity to like this before. You've got to be pleased on both, whether you're Sacred Heart or Manual. You've got to be pleased with how you performed.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. They've let Sacred Heart's defense has let Manual get some crossing balls here. Where they, have just barely missed what's going on, getting those tips into the goal cage. And down here, Sacred Heart is having opportunity after opportunity, and they've had, corner opportunities.
4.
They just need to dig down and keep their sticks on the ball, get those quick shots in, and maybe not even take a backswing. A push is a goal is a goal. A push doesn't matter if it's going to be a beautiful goal. Just push it in there when you have the opportunity.
Yeah, or deflect it in there as that goal was for Sacred Heart. We'll come back for more action. We'll get we'll evaluate that first half. We're going to go to break. You're listening to the Kentucky High School, or you're watching the Kentucky High School Athletic Association State Field Hockey Tournament. Stay with us. And welcome back to the Kentucky High School Athletic Association State Field Hockey Tournament, semifinal number 1, where it is Sacred Heart 1 and DuPont Manual 0. Alongside Wendy Martin, I'm Paul Najar. We want to take a look at the stats. And Coach Wendy Martin, we saw a terrific, balanced first half. Sacred Heart gets the goal, but what sticks out at you most on this stat sheet?
How even it is. I mean, we knew we were going to have that great game. We're getting it. The kids are playing really well. It's not just one player on either team. It's a team effort out there. They're spreading the ball out, moving the ball down the field, using all parts of the field instead of just constantly down one side. And making each other spread out on the field and make good plays. And defensively, again, the kids are doing a great job moving their feet, getting around the ball, and not going in and making silly fouls. And especially in the circle, both teams, they haven't given up too many corners. Sacred Hearts had 3.
Sacred Hearts had 4, actually.
Oh, Sacred
they got
Hearts
that fourth one late.
That's
yes.
right. That's right.
To Manuel's
and
1.
Manuel has 1. Manuel is having opportunities down there. They're
6
getting the
shots.
Ball. Yep,
2 on goal.
They're getting the ball to the center of the field where they need to get it, and their touches are just, they missed a couple right off the post. So I know the fans are probably going a little crazy with that. They think it's in there, and then it just misses. But, both teams certainly playing really hard and doing a great job out there.
For Coach Brittany Venzel's DuPont Manual Crimsons, 2 shots taken by Phoebe Lipinski, 1 shot by India Reed, 1 from Cora Kirby, and 2 from Hallie Basis. Basis and Kirby's one shot apiece from them was on goal, forcing a save from Sacred Heart goalkeeper Taylor Whitlock. She has 2 saves. And for the Sacred Heart Valkyries, they had 5 shots taken. Embry Jane Immorde has their lone goal. Tori Hill has a shot. Maddie Tabor has a shot on goal, and Mary Barbie has a shot on goal as well, and Carson Neal has 1 shot. So 5 shots for Sacred Heart, 3 on goal, 1 goal. And now we have started second half action, and here the Valkyries right away. We're getting right back at it. We were stuck in our stat sheet there for a minute, Wendy, and sorry about that, folks. We are back on the field as Sacred Heart with possession. And that is Lainey Lawton, 48, gets it into the circle. And where does it end up? Ends up with a corner early. So
they're going right after their second goal here.
Right away to start this second half.
Coach got them fired up at halftime.
Sacred Heart is coming out strong. Coach Eleanor Mitchell's Valkyries with their 5th corner of the match. Near side.
Oh, nice
up
lift.
into the air, lifted, and just beyond the goal on the right side. Out of play, possession
Just
to the
missed
Crimsons.
High right corner.
Wow, what a great start there for Sacred Heart. Pressing again, winning back possession. That goes over far side now for the Crimsons.
Now, what's really important is Sacred Heart, which they are doing. They're continuing to attack. They're not sitting back and saying, okay, well, let's not let them win. They're going out to win the game.
And another attack, well played.
It's foul outside the circle, so they'll move it back. They've got to move this ball 5 yards before it goes in the circle now.
They moved it 5, and now they go down around the touchline, does the Valkyrie. And that is one of those tough little spots there.
That was India Reed in there, I think, with a stop.
And they called that one.
Must have been an advance.
They called, I think there was a kick or a touch with that. So, Sacred Heart with corner number 6. A few years ago, before KHSAA took over, Sacred Heart had 25 corners in a final against Assumption.
Wow.
Scored once, and that was in overtime. The
It
last
happens.
one they took.
It happens. If you have a great defensive group back there,
You can do it. And there is a great shot and a terrific stop by Addie Clark.
Oh,
Her third,
there it
and there
is.
it goes right
Wow.
by. That is Sacred Heart's second goal of the match, and that is number 48, Lainey Lawton. Lainey Lawton, she gets that one off the rebound. It looked as though that's how it went. Let's look at that replay. Oh,
Sacred Heart goal, number 48, Lanny Walton.
Lainey Lawton
That was a beautiful goal. Nice initial shot.
Well done.
Followed it up off the pads.
That's what you were calling for Manuel to do. Get that extra attacker in there crashing hard for those rebounds. You know, sometimes that ball in possession, you just got to follow it around, see what it eats, right?
Sure.
Just keep going after it. Take a chunk out of that.
Okay, Manuel's going to have to keep their composure here now, not get rattled, just settle down, play their game, get the ball down to their end of the field and get a shot.
It's such it doesn't move quite as fast as lacrosse, but you can score quickly in this game. I
Absolutely.
mean, I've seen your teams in the past do, within 15, 20 seconds of a goal, bam, bam, right back at it.
Yeah, you can, and Manuel needs to watch Sacred Heart now because they're going to try to do exactly that.
It's almost like you've really got to commit to defending, gather your composure, gather your team, and move from the back front forward rather than trying to just break through. And
right
here is corner number 7, third.
Connect those passes.
Looks like Sacred Heart has found a little bit of an advantage pressing that backfield for Manuel. Another corner. Near side it comes. Tabor into the center. Passed along. Around the right. Down through the slot.
Oh.
Nice cross, but on a play it goes. And Sacred Heart maintains possession. I believe that went off of a stick. A Manuel stick.
Maybe took the ball one
Too
many passes there. Now here she comes in.
There's Immorte. No. Lets it go.
Great job by the goalie because that's tough when they just turn and shoot.
And she got another save, did Clark. That one was on Lanny Lawton. Lawton, the goal scorer here, and corner number 8 for the Valkyries. Would you switch up anything? I mean, are you looking? This is 8 corners now. We've gotten to see their attack. There are only so many plays off a corner, right?
Oh, you can have a lot of plays off a corner.
I know you did.
Yeah,
I know you did.
There are so many ways that, you just look and see what Manuel's weaknesses are. And right now they're not getting they're not getting the rebound. They're not covering the rebound well. So you can put players up, beside the goalkeeper and just catch those rebounds and put it back in. But they're infinite number of corners that you can come up with.
Did you used to have special? I mean, of course you had special corners that you would save only for state tournament.
Yeah, we would have a few of those. But again, it's like if you execute, you're gonna get it. You're gonna be able to do it. It's the execution. It's the kids always think that you come up with something fancy or flashy or fun, then it's gonna be okay. But it's the execution that gets your goal.
The best teams, though, Wendy, you mentioned earlier, corners should beget corners or goals or more opportunities. And when you're going with that type of confidence like Sacred Heart has, I mean, that just sort of snowballs, doesn't it?
It can, but Manuel, in a game like this, Manuel's going to step up. They're going to come back and, move the ball because they've been in tight games before. So it's like Sacred Heart needs to realize that, which they do, and Manuel needs to realize it also. And you'll see the game. Probably Manuel will pick up the pace here a little bit and get some shots on goal.
23:40 left in the game. Both these teams played twice this season. Both times, Sacred Heart came away 2-1 victors. There is strong defending again. Manuel gets it in deep. Sacred Heart pulls away and goes down that far sideline, and out of play it goes to the Crimsons. So they're used to playing these, it was 2-1 twice.
Right.
And Manuel has shown terrific poise on the ball throughout the first half. It's just this real intense pressure. 4 penalty corners for Sacred Heart in the first 4.5 minutes of the second half, and there is a breakaway. There's Reed, India Reed. Full head of steam. She's making that offense go, and she'll earn just possession. Free hit in for Reed. She pulls it back.
Again, it's got to move
5 yards movement, and inside it goes.
Maybe take that just a little bit sooner.
Oh, she was looking for that pass across, I believe, and could not find the mark. Good Good build up though for the Crimsons, and that's what you got to build on, right? You've just given up that second goal. You want to build some momentum.
Hopefully that gives them a little confidence. They got the ball down the field, in, and just a fraction of a second could have had a shot there.
Tilt the field back in your favor. That is what the Crimsons are looking to do. Reed will be a focal point of that.
Eleanor Mitchell had her kids coming out ready to go, though.
She really did. The Sacred Heart team pressing from the opening. I mean, they were out here so fast. We were caught with our I was caught with my nose in the stats before they started.
I think
10 seconds.
Started a little bit before the halftime was
They
over.
did.
The kids were ready.
They were ready to and eager. Sacred Heart up 2-0, and that ball squirts through, but no danger. Tabor. They move it across the field. Good step up by Manuel.
Now, as you were talking about earlier, too, the fitness level
Yes.
For these kids, you hope to see them continue to stay down on the ball as they get tired. Sometimes they'll pop up off the ball and lose possession, or not get the touch that you want to get in the circle because you're standing up instead of being down low.
That first half, we saw 5 substitutions for Sacred Heart. Olivia Mayer, Reese Warren, Carson Neal, Andy Diorio, and Laney Lawton. And for Manuel, the first half substitute, Catherine Fry, Emma Rose, Sarah Bogan, and Bailey Stumpf. And there's Lawton. She puts it in play to Tabor. Tabor looking, gets that sideline pass down to Emery Jane and Morday. And Morday loses possession, but right back to Sacred Heart.
Defense there. Is that number 1?
That was 17.
Lipinski.
Or number 1,
Lipinski.
yeah, for Lipinski, Phoebe Lipinski. She had a shot in the first half. She had 2 shots, actually, for the Crimson. We're 20 minutes remaining in this first semifinal. Nice block. Olivia Smith knocks that one down. She'll restart it.
For danger, right into her.
Right back it comes, but Crimson's.
Okay, that was a nice change there.
Ellie Wheatley.
Get out of going right back into where the ball came from.
Ellie Wheatley had some open field, but Sacred Heart shut down that attack quickly. And there's Tabor. She finds.
She is so quick, and nice save again by the goalie.
That was Addie Clark on Immorde. Emery Jane Immorde gets stopped there.
Immorde has great speed.
She has that first goal. Here we can look at it again. Immorde in. She tries the quick flick, but a nice stop there by Clark. In corner.
Ashley Young going to put the ball in again?
Yes, corner number 5 for the Valkyries in this half, number 9 for the match. Immorde with the first goal in the first half. The second half goal was scored by Lanny Lawton. There's Lawton again. What a big swing. Nice save by Clark, right on.
You need somebody picking up that rebound.
So we were saying for both teams, opportunities right around goal, and they're well stationed there. Sacred Heart seeking out goal number 3, but good defense by the Crimson.
Okay,
now they move them back.
25-yard hit in. It was off the defense.
They take a nice, quick, but dispossessed into the midfield. Reed. A wanting stick there. I think Cameron Tucker trying to reach for that.
Manuel just needs to be careful not to go all the time for the long ball now. They're 2 behind. They have 17 minutes left. They've got plenty of time to score those 2 goals.
Be patient, but start with that defense and another well-played press. A high press from Sacred Heart, really giving them quite an advantage in this second half. repeatedly finding opportunities off of manual miscues or just dispossession. And you were mentioning that was a key tactic for the Crimsons in the first half, as Ellie Wheatley trying to connect there with Olivia Smith. And
a little hard bump there. That was unintentional. Just both kids going hard for the ball.
It's competition.
That's
what are you going
right.
to do? It happens. That's why we've got the officials out there, and the two officials taking care of. Well called match so far, you think?
Oh, I think they're doing a great job, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're letting the kids play, but calling things that need to be called. It's nice in field hockey, too. You have the advantage rule, so if it doesn't make a difference, they let it play on.
And just as they do in soccer, then you can go back to where that penalty took place. On goal it goes and doesn't get through. No.
Great shot. Again,
great deflection.
Right on her.
I believe Amorde got that deflection. She did, and she got a little touch on it. It was wide of the cage. And over to the Crimsons. Sacred Heart finding some real magic in pushing.
Sacred Heart's come out in a different gear in this half.
They have.
You know, so far, they've really stepped up their game. They're doing a nice job having their forwards press up front when Manuel's trying to bring the ball out. And they're getting some good picks early, so they're not having to run the full field.
And when you counter that, I guess Manuel has to really work hard at incremental passing, or, as you mentioned, they were looking for that long pass, and they almost connected once. They got one of them early in the second half, but they almost got one again. But
yeah,
you can't rely on those, can you? They're high risk. You can't
rely on them. If they're there, take it.
Yeah.
But don't rely on it.
It's not the only mode. Knock it long and pray.
Here we go.
Now there's some organization. Manuel brings it across midfield. Almost lost that one to Amorde. And Amorde having a game up there as a defender and an attacker. And now into the area. Wheatley just loses it there.
That might be one of those where you don't want to take that huge backswing. Defender's right there. Ball's going to be gone by the time you get your stick to it.
Put it another yard or 5 closer to the goal, correct?
Yeah, or just move around that kid and give a good push in there.
Cross from Lipinski to Wheatley to now to the far side. Looking for Reed in the middle of the field, in the middle of that offense. India Reed has been just a tremendous attack and playmaker for Manuel all season. 24 assists on the season for Reed. Manuel looking well defended there again. Sacred Heart moves it out of danger, pushes it out the right side. Possession stays with the Valkyries. Valkyries 1 loss on the season. Eastern High in Voorhees, New Jersey. I know that school well. Taught 2 years in southern New Jersey, and that was the field hockey there. Boy,
pretty good.
It was quick on quick.
Yeah,
you were an aggressive, terrific play, but both teams playing out of state matches, traveling and challenging their rosters with some very good competition. Here's Lipinski. She brings it back, draws it back, middle of the field. Milikop. Far side it goes. That's Cameron Tucker, 22. Now into the middle, into the area. It gets through to the goal, and just an opportunity missed right near the. This is open goal almost.
Yeah.
As we're looking at it.
The goalie lost it there for a second, and
just above that corner down there, that far corner, you can see the moon almost full. Beautiful blue skies tonight. Big moon, cool, crisp. Wind was howling early in this game. It's not quite as prominent. Sun now down, so no advantage, and now we have a timeout with 12:37 in the second half. Sacred Heart leads Manual 2-0, and that gives us a moment to thank Cook Tire Incorporated. The KHSAA would like to recognize and thank Cook Tire Incorporated of London. Since 1975, the Ted Cook family has been dedicated to providing customers the best tire selection and auto service. This family-owned business has been a longtime sponsor of the Kentucky High School Athletic Association and the youth of Kentucky. Best wishes to all the participants from Cook Tire. Also, the KHSAA would like to recognize and thank its corporate partners and for supporting the 2018 KHSAA State Field Hockey Tournament and all KHSAA championship events. Platinum level sponsors include Whitaker Bank and Spalding. Silver level sponsors, Kentucky Utilities, UPS, the U.S. Army ROTC, Midway University, Subway, UK Orthopedics and Sports Medicines, Prairie Farms, Dutchess Chevrolet, Ted Cook Tire, Tanner Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Rafferty's and Double Dogs, and our other year-round partners, Ale 81, U.S. Coast Guard, Musco Sports Lighting, Leachman Buick, GMC Cadillac of Bowling Green, the Kentucky High School Coaches Association, Baden, Select, and Huddle. Thanks to all KHSAA sponsors for their year-round support of Kentucky high school athletics. And Wendy Martin, this has been quite a performance in the second half from Sacred Heart. Looks like Manuel's got their bearings, though. It's taken them a while. It's about 12:37 left. Plenty of time to come back down 2 goals here with 12:37 left.
Absolutely. I think Brittany's probably trying to settle her kids down and just say, get the ball, move the ball down the field. Sacred Heart's picked it up on defense, so you've got to do a better job moving off the ball, getting open so we can move the ball up the field. Get in, and she's probably asking for corners right now. Just get in and get a corner. If you can get the shot, but get in, get us some corners so we can have some opportunities to score.
We talked off the air at halftime, and we mentioned it briefly in the second half about conditioning. And just talk about how that first 5-7 minutes of pressure from Sacred Heart, really, you've got to work so hard on defense.
Yeah, and it's key. You can set a team back on their heels, which Manual was back on their heels there for a bit, but they're starting to pick it back up now. It makes you question yourself a little bit and gets into the heads of the defenders and the entire Manual team. So Sacred Heart did a good job coming out strong in the first half, and they're keeping up the pressure. You can see right here on the ball, Morda's doing a great job pressuring inside the 25 and keeping the ball down at this end of the field for a lot of time for Sacred Heart.
Great pass from Tabor, connecting into the middle. I think it was Tori Hill, 26.
Okay, a little tackle from behind there, I believe.
That's Lawton to put it in again. There's Tabor down by the touchline. Looking, shot. That was wide of the goal. Off the side of the cage. Wasn't it? Or
Yep.
no, was that knocked out?
I thought
it was
went
knocked
off
out?
the goalie pad.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, it did. It
Yeah.
did. She had that pressed up against the side. Well done. You guys were right on it. Nice defense there. Neutralizing. Good defensive play by Wheatley.
Good job for Sacred Heart to stay on that ball.
Just to be patient and steady with it, and it's corner number 6 of the second half for Sacred Heart. None for the Crimsons. That's the 10th. This is the 10th corner for Sacred Heart.
Now, Manual's defense on corners is real. Now, as soon as I say this, hopefully I don't jinx them, but they've done a tremendous job defending their corners for the most part. And see, Sacred Heart is having early shots. They got.
Oh, when wide it goes.
Nice.
And now they're forcing him to move it around.
Right. And they're just moving the defense. 17 had a wide open shot. I don't know that I wouldn't have taken that. But, it's what the coach calls. So she probably called for that play. And
were you known as a shooter in your playing days, Wendy?
Yeah, sure. That was awesome.
You'd love to shoot.
No, I did like to shoot. I did like to shoot.
There you go. Use that speed. Under 10 minutes to go now. Manual seeking
But for me, they always use the keep it simple, because if I kept it difficult, then I would lose the ball. So they're like, keep it simple. Just shoot it if you get the chance.
There you go. That's a good plan from any coach. Good advice. And you don't make any of the goals any of the shots that you don't take, right?
Exactly.
They don't go
exactly
if you don't take them. Sacred Heart possession now. Nice defense there. That was Reed. He's looking to connect through the middle. Opportunity here with numbers. Here comes the Crimson into just across, just wide, but went through 2 defenders and 2 offensive players for Manual.
Okay, now if they can press and keep the ball at their end and get a couple shots, that'll go a long way to help them out.
Brooke Bollinger, number 27 for Manual, almost got her stick on it on the far post. It came through a couple of bodies. Far side we go. Into the center and well defended again. And that is lost over to the Crimsons.
Advancing off the defender's foot.
Olivia Smith. Restart here. Down near the touch line. And
good defense. Good defense.
Solid play all around. We've called her number 48. Lanny Lawton with the second goal.
That's 49 there.
Or 49, I'm sorry. That is Ashley Young. Called her number and probably called her as, where is that, 8? That's a tough one to see, 8 or 9. But yes, they've both been in the middle of things, Young and Lawton. That, Bollinger, Young going at it. Getting a little feisty, but aggressive and good. You want to see that with this much time left, 7:40 to play. Manual looking for one and another. They'll need 2 to tie. Sacred Heart pressing, and that ball goes over the line out.
Let's see if Manuel can work the ball up the field. Nope.
And Sacred Heart comes right back. There's Tabor, loses it.
Nobody there.
And that is Reed with a head of steam.
Now
back to Reed. Nice give and go. Well done, Doyle, who just checked in. Catherine Doyle got it back to Reed. Reed loses control, and that will... No, that wasn't Reed. I'm sorry. That was Cameron Tucker who got called for that.
That was
Tucker.
Great job bringing the ball up the field. Unfortunate, hooked her stick there, but did a nice job.
Cameron Tucker showing some real aggression there. A nice give and go to Doyle to help set that chance. But here come the Valkyries right back.
Got the goalie down out there.
But good defense, good awareness from the Manual defense to press Immorte there and say, "Hey, your goalkeeper's out of the cage, out of position. Let's not let them shoot."
Right.
Well done. 6 1/4 minutes left. Manual seeking that first goal. You get one, maybe you can get another. Tough times getting it out of their defensive end, and it's not that they're not playing well, it's just really aggressive play from Sacred Heart.
Playing very well. Sacred Heart, just like I said, they just ratcheted up a notch in the second half, and their forwards especially are really putting a lot of pressure on the defense.
In hockey, in ice hockey, you call it forecheck. Would you practice that? I mean, you have drills for that, right? You get your forwards and midfielders really attacking and checking them.
Right,
checking the defense, pressing them. Yeah. I know as a basketball coach, you love that pressure when you could do it.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we have the players to do that.
That's it. You had no problem in your day playing that pressure.
Hopefully, Manuel gets
can get through. There's a nice stick handling there from Ellie Wheatley. Just can't find her teammate on the outside. Good checking there, good mark there, but that was Olivia Smith. But the Valkyries maintain. Right back it goes. There's a quick restart from Phoebe Lipinski.
Yeah, Manuel's just not playing as sharp this half with their passes.
There's
Passes
Reed,
are not
though.
as sharp.
Reed with a chance.
Oh!
And she finds the back of the goal. There it is, India Reed. 4:38 left. It's 2-1. And the Manuel fans are just going crazy right below us.
Beautiful stick skills. Nice little lift. In for the shot.
That was a very determined India Reed with that goal for the Manuel Crimson. And as you see on the replay, look at her come through past the defender and in between two defenders, and there in the well-placed right into the goalie's right side, just into the left corner of the goal. Well done, India Reed. Yeah, game on. Now we regroup. I guess that's Sacred Heart's second timeout. I believe they called that one. So now.
So that'll be it as far as Sacred Heart on timeout. So Manuel
has one left.
Have they taken a timeout?
They took one earlier
in
this half.
Yes,
down, yeah. Yes. So Reed, here we go. You want to see this again? India Reed with this wonderful play. You can see this. She gathers in the center, gets by the defender, and then splits two defenders. A little bit of a shield from the defenders, maybe shielding the goalkeeper, not being able to see it.
Yeah, and putting that ball right in the corner. That was gorgeous.
Brilliant goal.
Beautiful. I tell you, she has been a player since her freshman, since middle school. But her freshman year, she's always made a huge impact on Manuel's team.
Well, here we are, Wendy. It's 2-1 Sacred Heart. August 28th and September 5th, Sacred Heart wins both of their head-to-head matchups 2-1. But at this neutral field at Christian Academy in the state semifinals, you never know.
We'll see if Manuel comes out of this timeout like Sacred Heart did at halftime and take it right down the field, tie this game up.
Sacred Heart, Tabor, far side, loses possession, and Manuel loves that. That's one they can build with here. In the offensive end, the Crimson looking confident, on their toes. Ball gets loose, but well played there.
Okay.
It's Ashley Young.
Good play. Nice ball movement there.
I see 48 on this one. I think it is.
49.
That's 49?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to see.
Right here on the near sideline, though?
Yes.
That's 49.
Right
okay.
here.
And this is 48.
Yeah, that's 48 up here.
48. Okay. Now I see. They're very difficult to distinguish, folks. But there's Young. Young's going to look for 48 Lawton, but that's denied. But the call goes back. Right over to Sacred Heart possession. Here is Tabor. Moves it just under the stick of Young.
Possession's going to be key here. They want to possess that ball and use up the clock.
That is Ellie Wheatley. Wheatley. Long shot into the area, blocked by a defender from Sacred Heart. The Valkyries looking to transition. Out of play.
Number 4 was green carded, so she's out
for
2 minutes.
Olivia Smith, I believe, number 4 for Manuel, was green carded, so there's a 2-minute penalty there. Advantage to Sacred Heart. Oh, and that is going to be a takedown in the midfield in that transition. That foul is on Wheatley, and she'll go off.
So they're playing 2
That's
down.
a yellow. Yeah, that's a yellow. They're now 2 down. Wheatley on the yellow.
Ooh, they called it a 10-minute yellow, so
10,
she's out for the
She's out for the remainder. 2:39 left. As Wheatley goes down, takes down an offensive player unobstructed to the goal, I guess, was the call. Is the Valkyries looking to pepper this Addie Clark, goalkeeper for Crimsons, and now Manuel takes their final timeout. 2:24. So let's catch our breath and reset. Olivia Smith got green carded about a minute and a half ago, so she'll come back on soon-ish. There's 2:24 left. And then on a breakaway attempt, it was Ellie Wheatley who had to do all she could and got tangled up with the offensive player and gets sent off with a yellow 10-minute penalty, and they're down 2 now.
Right. That's
tough.
Tough for Manuel at the end of the game. It was a takedown, so it's it's a tough call to make. But they, given the 10 minutes instead of the 5, they felt like it was a solid call.
That's because she had an opportunity. There was no one between her and the goal.
Right, yeah, and so she did what she had to do, I guess. But again, play good defense. Go back with her.
Yeah.
Take her out wide. See if you can get your
maybe
defense
just
in
get an
behind
obstruction
you.
rather than a penalty.
Yeah, because you need it. This obviously 2:24 left. You need all of your players, all 11 players on the field.
What you have now, 6, 7.
Yeah.
You only see 8 red jerseys out there.
So they'll have to step it up here and
7
play.
red jerseys. I might be missing one, but there we go. Right back at it is Sacred Heart. There's Tabor into the middle with a little room to roam. Yeah, 8 with the goalie, and there is a nice stop on the defense. It's Tabor looking for Sacred Heart to add a 3rd goal. These teams have played twice, and they're off the deflection. Advantage, we get right back to the Crimsons. 157, 156, 55. Manuel looking for the equalizer in a tough situation. Down 1 player as Olivia Smith is back in off her green card violation. Yes, she is.
Sacred Heart wants that clock to run, and at this point of the game, for the coaches standing on the sideline, this minute and a half is going to take forever.
It is 1 1/4 minutes, 75 seconds left in this first semifinal. Quick in possession. There's Reed. She's done it before. Can she come up big for her Crimsons? Dia Reed with the goal for Manuel. And there is a dispossession. 55 seconds remain. Oh, tough call there. Goes against the Crimsons. Sacred Heart possession. 45 seconds. The winner of this will face the winner of Kentucky Country Day and Assumption in semifinal number 2, coming up about 30 minutes from now.
$22 seconds left, and
miracle time.
Well, it didn't take India long to score that last goal. So
she gets it on her stick. If I'm Sacred Heart, keep it away from 17.
And
but there it is. The magnet that found her. 5. Can they finish it off? And that's it. For the 3rd time this year, the Sacred Heart Valkyries defeat the DuPont Manual Crimsons 2-1. 3 games, 3 identical scores of 2-1, but a terrifically played game. And Wendy Martin, that you can't ask for anything more, right?
No, you can't. You can't. You've got to give Manual credit because they did not give up. They didn't let down. They kept coming back at them. And maybe a little frustration on their part earlier where Sacred Heart was really putting the pressure on. But, again, they kept putting balls together and moving the ball down to where India got the gorgeous goal. You love having a player like that who can take it one-on-one into the circle and make the moves that she made and get the goal. But, give Sacred Heart credit because, my goodness, their defense played lights out tonight. They did a great job.
Took a masterful stroke from Reed
yes.
to finally break the ice at 4:38 left in the match, in the game. But to Sacred Heart's credit, they get that first half goal. They earned 10 corners in the match, and you just have to be really impressed with how well they pushed in the second half. We'll be back with post-game statistics.
We're going to show replays of all the goals.
And Do we want to? We're going to go to replays now. Yes, we'll go to replays now. So let's look at the recap of the scoring. That first goal was Emery Jane Immorde, and you see the sun shadows there off the corner. Comes into play, the strike in, and Immorde gets the tip in off of Lawton's drive off that penalty corner. Then here, early in the second half, and there is Lawton on the doorstep, looking, seeking. She returns. Nice backhand. That was Lawton finding that spot, and here was the great individual effort from India Reed and terrific teammate. There was they find her into the middle. Oh, that's
beautiful,
sweet.
Beautiful, and kept her stick on the ball. Just put it right in there.
That's top shelf. That's class.
Yeah, and both Sacred Heart's goals, off follow-ups, that
off the rebounds,
not be able
right?
To clear,
right?
And just got good touches on them.
And you see the celebration for Sacred Heart as they will advance to the state tournament championship game Wednesday night. We'll have that action here as we go back onto the field and award ceremony. Manuel, one of the all-tournament team members, India Reed, being called out. And that was, I believe, that was number 1, Lipinski, Phoebe Lipinski.
I think 7, Ellie Wheatley.
Ellie Wheatley, there you go, 7 and 17. India Reed. Yes, it was. Thank you very much for that correction, Ellie Wheatley.
Certainly well deserving of being on that team.
Wheatley and Reed and Lipinski. There was just a real strong push from them. Tucker, so many. And Addie Clark had a strong game. We'll look at the post-game statistics here. The game stats. We have the first period. Where is the full time? It's right here we go. This is full time. So, 9 shots on goal for Manuel, or 9 shots, 3 on goal, and 1 goal from Reed. 3 shots taken from Cora Kirby, 2 from Hallie Basis, India Reed, and Phoebe Lipinski. 1 shot on goal each for Reed, Kirby, and Basis, and the 1 goal from India Reed. For Sacred Heart, the Valkyries, 13 shots, 10 on goal. So you're looking at quality as well as quantity there. 3 shots taken, Landy Lawton. Carson Neal had 1. Mary Barbie with 2. Maddie Tabor with 2. Tori Hill with 3 shots taken. And Emery Jane Immorde with 2 as well. Immorde with a goal as well as Landy Lawton. And for saves, goalkeeper Addie Clark for the Crimsons, 8 saves. She allowed 2 goals. And Taylor Whitlock for Sacred Heart, 2 saves on 3 shots on goal. The final score, 2-1. The second 2 goals unassisted just talks about the talent and the grit and the will that was on that field tonight, doesn't it, Wendy?
It does. I tell you, a difference in the game, I think, is the way Sacred Heart came out at the beginning of the second half.
Yeah.
And really just had a focus, get it in the circle, get those shots off, put Manuel back on their heels. And
didn't let him cross midfield.
Not for a while.
I think once in the first 7 or 8 minutes did they cross midfield with any type of possession. And that takes a toll, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It makes you get a little frustrated. It's like, okay, how can it? But you could see Manuel work it out.
They did. It just takes a little while.
It out, but you could see it set them back on their heels for that first 10 minutes or so, and that was the difference. Sacred Heart just,
they pushed
it up, and their forwards really started playing some defense and pressing up front and keeping the ball across from going across the 50.
Well, a terrific first semifinal here at Christian Academy. It is Sacred Heart 2 and DuPont Manual 1. You stay with us. In about 25 minutes, we'll be back with semifinal number 2 For Wendy Martin, I'm Paul Najar. We'll be back with semifinal number 2, Kentucky Country Day and Assumption in semifinal number 2.